Hey YouTube, what is going on here, Maniacs? This is your boy TJ Tally here, doing another Wrestling News Wednesday. So this is episode 2. Welcome to the second episode. Thank you for whoever watched the first episode. If you liked it, good. If you hated it, sorry. Hopefully I'm better for you. Hopefully you love this episode. Alright, so last week, I'm not going to lie, I was a little unprepared, a little nervous. This week I'm a little calmed down. I wrote stuff down note-wise so I could talk about it and give you my thoughts on. So hopefully you like episode 2. Okay, the first thing I want to talk to you about. I can talk about whatever I want. So AEW is going to be first up on the list. There's a ticket event tomorrow going on for Double or Nothing at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. It'll be on at 6 p.m. on the West Coast, 9 p.m. here on the East Coast, on all the social media platforms for All Elite Wrestling. If you're if you watch them, they're supposed to have, obviously, information about the tickets because it's a ticket event. But they're also going to have special guest appearances. They're going to announce more superstars. Kenny Omega is probably going to be one of them, so don't be surprised if you see Kenny Omega has signed with AEW because that's the rumored place he was going to go. They signed Luke Perry's son, Jungle Boy. I think that's his name, Jungle Boy. They signed Jimmy Havoc from England. From what I can tell, he's a hardcore wrestler. I've seen a few matches of his. Doesn't look bad, so I'm super excited to see Jimmy Havoc. Then they signed a few more people here and there, but yeah, so no, that's... Speaking of from them signing, Phoenix and Pentagon Jr. from CMLL, they wrestled in Lucha Underground. They were wrestling for Lucha Underground again. There is a season 5. They wrestled on Impact. The Young Bucks invaded a show last week. Like they've been invading these shows. And they want to wrestle the Lucha Bros or Phoenix and Pentagon in a tag match to see who the best tag team in the world is. So maybe we'll get to see that at Double or Nothing. I hope so, because honestly, I would love to see that. That would be a dope match, in my opinion. I would really, really love to see that. You got the Super Kick Party and Lucha Bros. Gonna be a little bit high flying, but I like it. I really do. I think it's gonna be awesome if they can get that done. So the next thing I want to talk about for AEW is there's been a rumor going around that they had offered a major contract to someone big in WWE. From what I heard, it's Randy Orton. Now, Randy Orton has talked about, I guess lately, that he would go to AEW given the right opportunity. I think I would like to see that. I think he has different opponents. He can pretty much do whatever he wants. He doesn't have to be he got to expand his moveset a little bit. I guess is what I'm trying to say. And he wouldn't be held down to just I'm done for this RKO out of nowhere, which most of them are cool. But that's one of the few things he's known for. Like, he needs more variety and stuff. He needs to change up his character a little bit, I think. But I would like to see him in AEW. I wouldn't mind that, honestly. There's been talk of it. He might want to go. So we'll see what happens. Personally, I wouldn't mind Orton in AEW. Last thing for AEW real quick. TV deal. I guess they're between two major TV channels, and it's supposed to be the best non-WWE wrestling TV deal since WCW, which would be cool. They were the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, SCU. They were all in Atlanta for the Super Bowl. TNT's there, so they could have had a visit during the day before the Super Bowl. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing him on TNT. I mean, SmackDown's moving to Fridays on Fox, so why not plug in a Tuesday show on TNT? Personally, I like that. Like I said, they could have had a meeting. Who knows? All right, next, we're going to move on to 205 Live news. I know last week I said that I need to start watching 205 Live more. So I watched the first episode this morning. I thought it was good. You got some good stars that I think, given the right opportunity, they could shine like Lio Rush. I mean, I know he's with Bobby Lashley, and he doesn't really fight much. Like, I know he fought on Monday night in a losing effort to Finn Balor. But I just think that given the right opportunity, these guys can do something. Speaking of Finn and 205 Live, there is a rumor going around right now that Finn may move to 205 Live. I personally, I have mixed feelings on this. Like, I wouldn't mind because I know he is a smaller guy, but at the same time, he can go with the heavyweight hitters, like we've seen Brock, and I mean, you know, he can go. I mean, Seth Rollins really isn't much bigger than him, and you know he's gonna face Brock Lesnar. So I mean, it's hit or miss. Yeah, you get fresh competition. Yeah, it's more high flying, and Finn does a lot of high flying stuff. Personally, like I said, I have mixed feelings. It's good and bad. Fresh start, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Speaking of that, when I was watching 205 Live, Akira Tozawa had beat Cedric Alexander, Humberto Carrillo, and Lio Rush in order to face Buddy Murphy for the Cruiserweight Championship at the Elimination Chamber. It was a good match. It was a Fatal 4-Way Elimination match. Tozawa pinned Cedric Alexander to win. But yeah, no, it was a good match. It was a nice back-and-forth high-flying match. So I can't wait to see Tozawa and Buddy Murphy, because Buddy Murphy, he broke away from Blake and Murphy in NXT when they were with Alexa Bliss. And he kind of broke away from that, you know, was in Lingo. He got moved to 205 Live, didn't really know what he was going to do, and he's putting on a hell of a performance every time he steps in that ring. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited. Tozawa isn't no slouch either. So this is going to be a good Cruiserweight title match at the Elimination Chamber. Speaking of 205 Live also, during the episode you had Mike Kanellis fight Brian Kendrick. I thought that was a decent match. I mean, they're kind of the way they're kind of teasing is like Mike Kanellis is always like doing good during the match and then he slips up and loses. You know, one of those scenarios. It was good to see Brian Kendrick. Honestly, like I said, I haven't watched 205 Live for a while, so I mean, who knows? But so yeah, just that's 205 Live news. NXT halftime heat. I want to know what you guys thought of it. Personally, honestly, I watched it in the middle of a restaurant because I was like, I ain't watching Room 5. I mean, you know, it was all around, but yeah, I was watching 205 Live. I thought it was a solid halftime match, about 20 minutes. The ending, I mean, they did some, you know, DIY stuff with Cole and DIY, and then there was the ending, which I thought was pretty cool. There was some flippy stuff in there, which I loved. But Dream pinning Cole, I mean, they're setting up Dream for something, which leads me into the next thing, halftime heat. So, spoilers last week from the NXT tapings. Dream came out and said he wanted to face Gargano for the North American Championship because he won the Worlds Collide tournament, which I liked it. And then he beat Gargano, so spoiler alert, Dream is the North American champion. Then I guess Gargano beat him down, took the title, and him and Ciampa celebrated on the ramp together. But then I also guess, from what I heard, was that Gargano was on the NXT title. So what I'm thinking might happen is they're going to somehow get Gargano versus Ciampa again. But I think Gargano wins, Ciampa will move up, and we'll go from there after WrestleMania. Okay, the last topic I'm going to talk about today is WWE. So there's a lot going on here. So under WWE, Undertaker is now taking bookings. He removed all WWE references from his social media accounts, Twitter, Instagram, whatever he has. I checked his Twitter, but yeah, it just says, you know, you can book him or whatever. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, I don't think he's going to change on WWE or switch up. Could he go to AEW? No. I just don't think it's going to happen. I mean, that's The Undertaker. We don't know. He's been ominous, you know, like his whole career. So this just might be one of his ominous things. He might just take bookings to do like a photo op or signings, you know, or stuff like that. I don't see him really wrestling much longer, especially for a different company. I don't see that happening. Okay, so one of the main topics I want to talk about is Becky, Charlotte, and Rousey. So there's been rumor that they're going to main event, or Becky and Rousey are going to main event WrestleMania, but WWE also wants to throw in Charlotte Flair. Here's the thing. I know Charlotte and Rousey was supposed to be the original main event, and then Becky got hot. Becky got hot at the pretty much out of nowhere. So they want to throw it in so Charlotte Flair can be a part of this historic thing. I get it that they want her to be a part of it, but in my opinion, she doesn't need to be. Just have it one-on-one, Becky versus Rousey. Becky versus Rousey, and have Becky win. I mean, there's been rumors that Rousey's out the door. She wants to start a family, this and that. She hasn't confirmed it. We don't know. So I mean, let's see where it goes. But I don't think Charlotte needs to be added to the match. I do like Charlotte a lot. I think if you want to give her something, I think her title opportunities are running out. But I think if you want at least a competitive match for Asuka, throw Charlotte in there. Have them fight again this year at WrestleMania. It'd be an intriguing match. I think there's some unfinished business there. But they've been teasing the triple threats. I don't think it needs to be, but we'll see what happens. Quick update on Roman Reigns' health. Last week, again, I was nervous. Didn't really have anything prepared for the first episode. I did want to talk about this, though. It was just a real quick thing I read last week. They said, I read online that since Roman Reigns is in the new Hobbs and Shaw movie with The Rock and Jason Statham, they said him acting could lead him back to the ring sooner rather than later. They said that since he did the movie, he's more than likely in good health enough to wrestle. So yeah, we'll see where it goes. I don't know, maybe he'll be back. Honestly, I'm not the biggest Roman Reigns fan, but I do kind of miss seeing him on TV, just like John Cena. I was like, when I was a little kid, I was the biggest John Cena fan ever, and then I kind of turned against him and was like, oh, I don't like John Cena. But now that he's not there, I kind of miss him. So, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully Reigns is back soon. I'd love to see Roman Reigns back. Maybe, like I said, I'm not his biggest fan, but we'll see what happens. Seth Rollins' back injury. So the rumor going around is Seth hurt his back or his knee or, whatever. They're trying to rest him up and keep him out of the ring before WrestleMania. Smart. I mean, try to throw him in there during Fastlane if you can, but if you want to be cautious and, have him wait till WrestleMania to wrestle again, honestly, I'm okay with that. You want to preserve the Universal title match. He's probably going to win the Universal title. So all in all, yeah, I'm okay with it. I am. The next thing I want to talk about is the original Hart Foundation is going to go into the Hall of Fame, from what I read, which is the Mouth of the South Jimmy Hart, Bret Hitman Hart, and the Invel Jim Neidhart. Yeah, I mean, a little before my time, so I can't really say whether they were good or bad, but, they're going into the Hall of Fame, so they're obviously good. Jimmy and Bret Hart, I guess, both already been inducted into the Hall of Fame. So just like Ric Flair, they would have been inducted twice. This is Jim, the Anvil Neidhart's first. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy for Natalya. I mean, father unfortunately passed away. So yeah, I think this is a good way to honor him. I'm happy for Natalya and all the Hart Foundation. And lastly, the last thing I want to talk about is the Superstar Shakeup on April 15th and 16th from the Bell Center in Canada. Okay, so SmackDown and Raw are going to get shaken up a little bit after WrestleMania. Fresh starts for a lot of people. Personally, I'm excited. When they had the first shakeup, I was there in Orlando. I wasn't physically at Raw or SmackDown, but I was in Orlando watching the shakeup. Or was that a week after? Whatever. Anyways, I was there, and it was nice. It was cool. You had refreshing faces. You had, all these other things going on. So it's cool. Personally, on Raw, I think AJ Styles needs a fresh coat of paint. I know it's the house that AJ Styles built on SmackDown. He needs a fresh coat of paint. He needs to come over to Raw and build off Raw. I'd like to see Orton on Raw. I know EC3 just started on Raw, but put him on SmackDown. I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, you got a lot of stars switching places. I think Rusev needs a fresh coat of paint. I think Shinsuke might need a fresh coat of paint. From Raw, I'd like to see Braun come over to SmackDown. I'd like to see Bayley and Sasha come over to SmackDown. Charlotte and Becky on Raw. I wouldn't mind that. That's just some of the things that I think I would like to see as far as that goes. So yeah, I'm just gonna wrap it up with that. Hope you like this second episode. If not, please tell me what I can improve on. If you like it, thank you. If you love it, good. Like I said, if you don't like it, tell me what I can improve on. Hopefully, I'll make you fall in love with it. Okay, so yeah, that's it. TJ Tally signing out. Goodbye.